What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Shoebooty Sports coming at you Wednesday night, a day later than usual. But we can talk a little bit more about the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 4. First, host Graham Powell, that's me, co-host Bradley Brown. Say what's up, Brad.
How's it going?
Our little quick intro, and now we'll get to our sponsors intro. Shoebooty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. Sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. You can view details of each race there on the website as well. Also, check out their gear section for t shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. Rhinoraces.com. Also, you can find Shoebooty Sports on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, the Wisdom app. Check us out on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter at Shoebooty Sports. So, Game 4, Eastern Conference Final. I don't know how much of it you saw, if any of it, or when you got back into town, but it looked like it was a close game. And then at halftime, I was like, Miami's going to win. Miami was up, I think, what, 4 or 6? I think they were up 6 at the half. And I just thought they would kind of do what the Nuggets did and just kind of pull away. Well, that's kind of what they did, the Nuggets, that is. But yeah, I thought Miami would just separate themselves. I thought you'd see another kind of what Boston did in game 3, just completely quit. And no, they storm back. You look up and Boston's up, and I'm like, okay, they're making it a game. I was kind of doing multiple things. So I just thought I kind of thought Miami was sweet. Not surprised Boston won, but then I look up and then Boston suddenly up like 15 or whatever it was. So Celtics showing some fight. Good to see.
Yeah, I think so. They needed to show something after game 3 because they just flat out quit.
Yes, they did. Flat out quit. And the Celtics are just they kind of keep you on your toes. As soon as you think they're a lot of people, I don't know, well, I don't know if a lot, but many people thought the Celtics were maybe the most talented team coming into the playoffs, especially coming out of the East. I thought that was Milwaukee. If Milwaukee was healthy, they weren't. But yeah, I picked the Celtics to win this series. I picked them to win it in six. I don't remember 6, 7 games, but I wouldn't have been surprised had it gone 7 games. But I really wouldn't be surprised if Boston ended up winning Game 5 either. They're just a team that they just kind of keep you guessing. You don't really know what you're going to get. And that's just kind of the team. It's like that with Tatum and Brown. It's like that with the entire Celtics team. I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics win Game 5. I don't think they. I don't think it'll go past 6 games. I think Miami will close it out in 6. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you give the Celtics any shot at making it a series?
No, do not.
I give them about
Maybe
a.
5% chance.
I'll give them about a 10% chance. The Celtics are a weird team like that, though. I mean, they do things to you just don't keep you guessing. You don't know what you're going to get out of them a lot of times. As soon as you think they're going to do one thing, they'll turn around and do another. When I think they're going to, I thought, yeah, they'll win the first 2 in Boston, or at least take one. No, down 0-2 going to Miami, and then you lose game 3 in just embarrassing fashion. I thought Miami would close it out after the first half in game 4, and then, like I said, just the Celtics just came alive. They came alive and they played well. But yeah, I think the Celtics could win Game 5, but I don't think they take Game 6. I think Miami closes it out in 6. If it goes to 7, though, watch out. But it would be a very Celtics move for the Celtics to win 3 in a row and then get like
And
blown
then
out
lose. Yeah,
and get blown out in Game 7 or lose like by 2 or something like that. It could go either way.
that'd be brutal.
Yeah, that would be quite the roller coaster ride for Celtics fans, Miami fans too. But I feel like that would be a very Celtics move, at least as far as this team goes. But yeah, these conference finals really haven't been like we're getting to do the show tonight, not from my living room couch anyway, just because there's no Western Conference Final game going on. I thought Denver would sweep. I said that before Game 4. I thought they would sweep. Denver's just the best team in the league, and we'll touch up more on that here in a bit. But yeah, I thought I didn't think the Lakers played that bad. I just thought Denver was better. Denver's just that good. I mean, LeBron dropped. They were at 15 at the half. Like I didn't even watch the first
Dude,
half. I did not even watch the first half because I was just that convinced the Nuggets were going to win. And then I just turned it on. I just came in, turned it on second half. And by then it was like a 7-point game, I think it was. And then they had said Nuggets were down 15. I was like, oh wow, yeah, okay, they're about to make a game of it. And sure enough, they did. Yeah, LeBron put what 49 and 10 or 40, 10 and 9, almost triple double with 40 points at 38 years old. Yeah, he's still LeBron. It was, I mean, the games were compelling. I would have liked to have seen the Lakers win a couple of them, but
yeah. I thought they'd at least get one. I didn't see them getting swept.
yeah, with a healthy AD and LeBron and the way the role players had played now, D'Angelo Russell did not have a good series. He was
Nope.
essentially a no-show out there. And he is a pivotal part of what they do, at least as far as winning. Um, how they did against the Warriors, D'Angelo Russell had a lot to do with that. You didn't see much from him. You saw a lot from Austin Reeves. There's going to be some teams that are going to outbid the Lakers for him. I don't know that he's going to take it. I think a lot of that's going to have to do with what they do in the off season. We'll see his play, but he's waiting on a big payday, right?
You
I
would
mean,
think.
he's making still even at like the league whatever it is. I don't know if I don't think he's making the league minimum, but that's still way better than your average Joe out there in the work field. But you're only going to get to do that if you're an Austin Reeves. If he has a 12, 15-year career, that's amazing. If he gets to 10 plus years, that's great. But the point is, you're only going to be doing it for 10 years. You kind of need to get paid while you're doing it. I know you want to compete and you want to win, but you got to look out for yourself too at the end of the day. But yeah, with a healthy AD, healthy LeBron, I thought maybe they get two out of them. And I guess that just shows how good Phoenix was, right?
Yeah.
that they got two from Denver. But Denver is just that good. Okay,
They were doing anything they wanted to, man.
yeah. I put down here, can either East team beat Denver? Just hearing my notes, but I think we both know the answer. I think whoever's coming out of the East is playing for second place. I think Denver's just that good. Jokic is on a mission. I've said he's Dirk. He's Dirk in 2011, but a better passer. And his
What are you
role.
thinking? 5 games or a sweep? Or you think it goes to 6?
I would probably. I think whoever comes out of the East, it doesn't matter. I would pick Denver in 5 games.
Yeah.
I would go 5 games. You can be safe and say 6, but I don't think. I think the Nuggets are they're playing lights out. I mean, they are playing so well right now, and like it's not just Jokic. I mean, Jokic is. You could argue he's the best player in the game today. Many are coming out and saying that, and it's hard to argue that. I mean, he would have been my pick for MVP if I had a vote this season. He would have been a 3-time MVP if it were up to me. But it's not just Jokic. I mean, Jamal Murray is a killer. Jamal Murray has played outstanding. He was incredible in game 2, was it? Was it game 2 or game 3? I think it was game
Probably
2.
both of them.
Yeah, probably all of them. But game 2 in particular, I believe it was, he couldn't miss. I mean, he was throwing it in the ocean. He looked like Steph out there.
Yeah.
But they had no answer for him. And what he had 30 in the first half, I think it was. in game 4, this last one. So I mean they couldn't stop him. They put Schroeder on him, and I know LeBron guarded him some, but it was mainly just like they put all their attention on Murray. That's the thing. If you focus on Jokic, Murray's going to get his. And Denver got it figured out. Denver does what the Lakers typically do. Have two superstar players and really good role players. Like that's kind of what the Lakers have always been. Like Shaq, Kobe, really good role players. Magic, Kareem, really good role players. Although, Worthy was really good too. Hard to call him just a role player, but he was on that team.
Yeah.
Essentially. But that's essentially what the Lakers are. LeBron, AD, and they had some really good players. But Denver's role bench and role players far outperformed LA's. I mean, KCP, you can see why the Lakers won a championship in 2020 because he was a part of that team. And you see what he's doing for Denver. Michael Porter Jr., I mean, a stud coming out of Missouri, gets hurt. Can shoot the three. He's right. He's got everything going, going well, just like that team. But I mean, just a lot of really good role players on that squad. So you got Jokic and Murray, and you've got very, very good skill players to back them up. That's just a tough combination to beat. And they're well coached. But that team's going to make it look easy to coach. Okay, so who has the better chance at least competing with Denver? Would you rather see Miami play them or Boston? I don't know. I would pick 5 games either way.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably Miami. But just see if Jimmy Butler could do it, but I don't see it happening.
Well, no, he can. He can't do it by himself. I would say Boston could probably give them the better matchup. I would think, but Tatum and Brown would have to like really show up. Like in the games, in some of those big games they've had this postseason, the 2 games they won in the finals last season, they got to come up big. They would have to come up big, and so would the players around them. Marcus Smart would have to hit big shots. Brogdon, like that crew. You'd have to. The Celtics would give them a better matchup, I would think, at least on paper. But I think either way, Denver wins in 5. So, all right, if the Celtics are done, assuming they don't come back, if you're Brad Stevens up there in the front office, have you seen enough of Joe Mazzulla? I mean, I know that's his guy, like that's his picked guy, but I don't know that he's going to make it, which is kind of weird to say. He's going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals in his first year as a coach, but might not make it past this series. What say you? Would you give it more time, or have you seen enough to say we could go in another direction because there's better options out there?
I don't know. I could see them giving them another year, but I mean there are a couple of new coaches that are looking for jobs, so you may be able to find something better.
Like Nick Nurse would, I think, be a better fit there. Of course, I've thrown his name at every head
Yeah.
coaching position, but I mean he's a good coach. You got Nick Nurse, you got well Doc Rivers, but I don't. That's probably not going to happen, right?
Not gonna happen. Yeah.
We've been there, done that. Got a championship out of him, but I think that ship has sailed. Even though Ainge is gone from the front office there, but yeah, I think that's over and done with. I don't see Monty Williams, being a better fit, but there's other guys out there too. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see how this series pans out, and plus it's Brad Stevens. It's kind of his guy, so I'd be surprised if they parted with him. But then again, I don't know. The coach they had last year, with Ime Udoka. Did I say that right? Haven't said his name in a while. But you see the difference. He was the better coach. But yeah, not an option anymore. So we'll see what happens there. It's going to have a lot to do with how the series pans out, I would think.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'd kind of like to see Boston make a series out of it.
I would, yeah. Give me give me more to watch on TV. For
Well,
sure.
that. And if I'm Denver too, man, you've got like 9 days off, before your first finals game. That could be good or bad. If I'm them, I want to play today. As well as they're playing, they're not
Yeah.
banged up. I would want to keep playing, but that's what you got to do. You got to wait for them. Either way, you're waiting till what, June 1st, I think it is.
Dang, it's that far away.
I believe so. I mean, it was 9 days. 9 days till game one of the finals. I remember them saying that distinctly. And that was 2 days ago. So, but I wouldn't gripe about rest, especially after you played whatever 90 plus games at this point. Okay, I saw this on one of the social media outlets yesterday. It might have been. All right, so Carmelo Anthony retired. He officially announced his retirement. Of course, he didn't play for anybody this year, but he is officially retired now. Future Hall of Famer, like three-time Olympic gold medalist, I think.
Yeah.
So future Hall of Famer wasn't, he's mellow. He's known for scoring. Those Denver teams in his earlier years were pretty good teams. I think they got to the conference finals a couple of times, but you knew they weren't going to get past that. When he went to the Knicks became forgotten because the Knicks gave up everything to get Carmelo, and then Carmelo gets there and he's like, "Oh wait, who am I playing with here? This is what I signed up for." Well, that's what it took to get you there. But always been a terrific scorer. Like I said, future Hall of Famer. All right, I put him over. There you go, appropriately so. But this was the question on social media: which number 15 in Denver gets retired first, Melo or Jokic?
If Jokic wins a championship, it's gonna be hit.
Well, Jokic is the better player anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm saying as far as getting it retired first, I
right.
think he would get it. But yeah,
Two
he's definitely a better player.
two-time MVP. Coming into this season, and they're gonna win the championship. I mean, they're gonna win the finals. I'm convinced. I'm that convinced. I've not been more sure about many things in a while. I feel really good about Denver. I don't know how you handle that if you're Denver, because it's clearly Jokic, right?
Yeah.
But I guess you could say that they both wore it, so you could put both of their names up there. That's what I would do if I was Denver. It's gonna be Mello. Like he's the one that's gonna get retired first because. But then again, like then you're saying, like I could see Mello getting like upset that somebody else is getting up there with his number. But then again, how long was Carmelo in Denver? I mean, it was long enough to get his jersey retired, I guess.
I guess. What was it? 3, 4 seasons?
I mean, it was more than that, I
More
believe.
than that.
But I mean,
So long
that's
ago.
like LeBron with the Lakers. Yes, it was a long time ago. But he was there long enough to get his jersey retired by Denver. But I think you have this discussion beforehand. Like, look, he's this guy, the clear best player in the league, is wearing this number now. We're gonna put your name and jersey up there, but we want to put his up there too when his time is done. Everybody cool with that? All right, good. You can appreciate sharing it with this guy right here, right? Two-time league MVP, about to be an NBA champion, be the franchise's first. So, yeah, you can't just say, hey, Tough luck, Joker. You're the best player in franchise history, and you're about to bring us the first championship. But yeah, we got Melo retired first, so no, that's how I would handle it if I was them. Everybody's like, who gets it done first? I'm like, well, clearly Carmelo because he just retired. Jokic is going to be around another 10 years or so.
You would think.
Yeah, I mean, like big men don't last as long, but he's I don't. I could see him being around for another 10 years. The the foreign big men. I don't know. I don't know what it is, like their body type or something. I don't know, but they tend to last longer than like the American bigs, except for Yao Ming, of course.
Yeah.
But like Dirk, I mean, Dirk was in the league for about 20 years. I don't know what it was, the exact number, but it was a long time. Anyway, I thought it was an interesting question. But okay, we will. Okay, first of all, is Jokic the best player in the world, or is he, or is he just playing on the best team? Is he the best player on the best team?
Right now, he's I would go with the best player. But he's on a really good team.
I think it's both. Now Denver's not. Now Denver is not the best team in the NBA without him. I mean, let's
No.
be clear on that. But I think it's both. I think Jokic is the best player in the world right now. Like he's the shots he hit in this over Anthony Davis, like two in particular, were just nuts. I mean, it was cheat code stuff. I mean, AD looked at him and won like, you got to be like,
Yeah.
really? Like, and just Jokic did the shrug thing. Like, I love his demeanor on the floor and off. I mean, he's a cool dude. He's a super chill guy. Jokic, that is. But yeah, his demeanor on the court when AD gave him that look, he was just like, yeah, I
My
got you
homie
on
do
this one.
miss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you on this one. Um, I just like the way he plays the game, carries himself on and off the court, does interviews. I can't put the guy over enough. Really impressed with him as a player. Excited for him that he's going to get his first, NBA championship. But I think it's both to answer that question. I think he's the best player in the world right now, and I think he's on the best team in the NBA. So I think it's just a combination of both. And what's the result of that? You're sweeping the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, and you're probably going to win the NBA Finals in 5 games against one of those teams that are pretty good coming out of the East. So, and I think they would have beaten Milwaukee if a healthy Milwaukee were playing them. I think they would beat Milwaukee in 6 games. So maybe we'll get to see that more in the years to come. But either way, I think that's what it is. Okay, PGA Championships recap. All right, this we're walking into your world with your Titleist hat on and all that. All right, so Brooks Koepka, right?
Yeah, Brooks Koepka, he he pretty much took the lead, I think, on day 2 and or no, day 3 and just kept it. I guess he made up for the Masters choke a couple of weeks ago. But the other big story was DeChambeau actually. Another live golfer made it in the top 5, I believe. But I think the biggest story of the weekend was Michael Block, a club
You,
pro.
you think that was the biggest story?
I think
Okay. He was trending number one on everything like yesterday. But yeah,
Dude,
continue.
it's if anybody hates on that story, man, that's a huge hater. You
That's
cannot you,
yeah.
you cannot hate on it. But yeah, it's amazing. Somebody was asking who's going to be playing him in the movie that's made about him. But yeah, he couldn't ask for a better weekend. I mean, well, he could ask, to win the thing, but yeah, he definitely won the tournament, I say. But
I've heard that a
in the
couple of
fans' eyes.
times. I've heard that a
But
couple of times about who's going to play him in the movie. But like, what's the movie going to be like about? Like
oh,
he's
dude, they've probably already made a movie similar to it, but yeah,
what?
I doubt they'll actually make a movie because I believe the Netflix golf series were following all that pretty closely throughout the tournament, so they won't have to make a movie.
Well, and the guy had like a pretty good life beforehand, wasn't he? Like just teaching golf and
Yeah, he was a
living a pretty good life financially.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was like I said, a club pro. He was doing lessons for $150 an hour. And he said he had it worked out to like the same like 4 to 6 members that he liked that suited his game that he was sticking with for lessons. But yeah, probably after this last weekend's, the prices of those lessons went up. I believe he said his last biggest tournament win was like $70,000, and that was a couple of years ago. And before that, it was like $3,000 way back, way back in like 2005 or something like that. But I think he walked away with a smooth like 300 grand from that
Okay.
tournament. So, and he gets believe he's exempt for next year's U.S. Open, so he'll get to play in that. And yeah, he's been invited to two two PGA tournaments. I think one in Canada and forget where the other one's at. But yeah, he's got plenty on his to-do list from now on,
That
or at
was gonna
least for this
be
season.
that was gonna be my question. What was his payout for this? But yeah, 300,000, pretty good chunk of change. I hope his rates don't go up. I think it would be cool if they just stayed the same. Like that would make him even more likable to me. If he
Yeah,
just kept those rates like the exact same. Hey, I placed in the PGA in this major. I'm gonna jack my prices up now. No, screw that, man. Keep them the same. That's why you're a big story.
yeah, yeah.
But
Amazing. I mean, even without the hole in one on the last day, amazing story. But the hole
yeah,
in
the
one
hole in
just
one. Yeah, I heard about that.
made it unbelievable.
So what is his like story other than what you said? Because that's all. Because it's made out by the media that he was basically like your average Joe going out there competing with the big boys. Is
Pretty
that the
much.
message? I mean, is that essentially what it was, or what made him different?
Yeah.
What made him so much different, or is that it?
Uh, that's about it. You know, he doesn't have any sponsors. I mean, it was just him. Like, yeah, he was a good golfer, but he he wasn't good enough to get sponsors or travel and play. I think he said he tried to make a living at it at an earlier age, but just he wanted to enjoy being a family man, you know, raising his kids. So he kind of stepped away and then took the position at the local. I wouldn't say, well, I don't know about local, but at the golf course there and became their club pro. So, and apparently his two sons are phenomenal at golf as well. So,
What if Live Golf offered him something, offered him a deal,
oh, jump all over it,
right? I mean,
jump all over it.
I do kind of trip out by the Live golfers though. It seems like they're coming out and like just saying, yeah, look at this, we're placing in these majors or ranking whatever you call it, high up there in the rankings at the majors, like it's gonna like it's validating.
Yeah, you had one or two players. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, but here's the thing: like they're great golfers. There's a reason Live Golf gave them all this money to come join is because they're great golfers.
Yeah,
So why is anybody? So why do they feel like they have to validate themselves? It's like we know you're a great golfer. We know that's why they gave you all this money. That's why they went after you because you're great at golf. Like don't like nobody's surprised that you're up here. Like you can. It's like fabricating. It's like Georgia football did this year. It's like the Warriors did last year. It's like the nobody gave us a
nobody
shot thing,
believed in us. Yeah,
and nobody believed in us. Everybody said weren't even a playoff team. It's like nobody is saying this. Like I heard one Georgia football player say that, like nobody even had us. Going to I don't even remember. They had us at like a 7-win team or something. I was like, what are you talking about? It wasn't that, but that was essentially the message I got. It's like literally nobody said that. So it's just people fabricating stuff, like finding a way to be motivated.
yeah,
It's like we know you're great at golf. You should be placing up here. That's why Live Golf gave you all this money.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good for live golf. I mean, but it's good for just golf in general. But yeah, they can claim all they live can brag all they want about they had two in the top 10, but PGA can be like, well, we had 8 of the top 10. like, but just didn't have the winner.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. Live golf is all right, but it's still got a lot of growing to do. Because I don't know if we talked about this last week, but I went to the Live event in Tulsa the weekend before last, and it's basically like a smaller tournament with a soundtrack because they have music. But I mean, it was cool, but it's nothing. It's nothing like the PGA experience.
Now, yeah, I would imagine so. But one has been doing it for I don't know how many years,
One's
100
been doing it
years.
for one's been doing it for a long time and has all the sponsorships and ads that they want. The other one's, man, it's in its infant
It's a
stage.
startup.
They've
It's
got
a
it. They've
startup.
got to build it up, man.
Yeah, I mean
But
that's to be expected.
yeah, I think it's going to catch on with the younger generation, the kids, the whole team aspect. Myself, I do not like the team aspect. It's I don't know. It's just that's the whole appeal of golf, or one of the biggest appeals of golf. It's you versus the course. It's not you and your team versus the course. But I don't know.
It's kind of like that with track though, right? I mean, you do your job, but the
Yeah.
team can rack up points.
Yep.
So it could be comparable in that way. Um, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Golf is a little bit different. Track, you literally are like on a team
Hmm.
because it's not your name across your chest. It's the school that you run for or the country you run for, etc. But it's still an individual thing. But I get what you're saying from the golf perspective. But anyway, some pretty decent golf coverage coming from us today. So touching up on that, we're going to jump to baseball real quick. College baseball, SEC tournament underway. Our Razorbacks pulled out a 6-5 win on a walk-off home run in the 11th inning today. So they'll play tomorrow. I don't even know who they play
Weren't
tomorrow.
they down like 4-0?
I don't know. When they hit the grand slam, that gave Arkansas the lead, so they couldn't
Hmm.
have been down 4-0. So I don't know, but it was 5-5. I saw going into extras. So good to see the Hogs get out a win there. You never know what you're going to get in the SEC tournament. Kind of especially in baseball. To me, that's the beauty of it. Tennessee was the favorite last year. They won it. How much does the SEC tournament matter? I feel like all like in the grand
If you
scheme of
have the regular
things,
season title, it doesn't matter. I would almost say take 2 losses and go home and rest for the national tournament.
yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. I'd want a ring personally. I would want another ring. So I would want to go out there and win it
Yeah.
because it's really hard to win an actual national championship because Arkansas hasn't done it. Come close, but hasn't done it. We're not going to get into that. But yeah, to me, it's a big deal. Um, it seems like though the teams that lose, that's the fan base that's like, it's not even a big deal anyway. I mean, that's true in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter, but
I
still,
still
it's
want
like
to win though.
I still want to see them win. Yeah, like
Yeah.
in basketball, I know the Hogs are gonna get to the tournament and hopefully make a run, but I still want to see you win the SEC tournament. You know,
Yeah.
I want to see the Hogs win the SEC tournament in baseball. I want to see them hoist that trophy. That's something. That's a banner. You know, that's a trophy. That's a banner. You get a ring for it. I mean, it's a big deal to win your conference tournament. You know, so I think it's a big deal. I want to see the Hogs win it, but at the same time, does it matter in the grand scheme of things? No, it doesn't. But I still want to see them win it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speak. So, who do they play tomorrow? Do we know yet? I know Florida is playing right now. I believe.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they're a little late on updating the schedules.
Well, the rain delay got them yesterday, so
You know, there's that too. So, I guess that explains that. But anyway, we'll wait and see. I know they play tomorrow. Maybe I'll get to see it. Probably not. I got some stuff I need to do tomorrow, so I don't know. But I'll keep an eye on it for sure. But speaking of baseball, shout out to our Lonoke Jackrabbits, by the way. Our high school alma mater. coming away with their second state championship in baseball. The other was in like
Second.
the other was in like 1969. It was before man walked on the moon. I knew that because that's what they announced after. But yeah, I think it was like 1969 was the only year that Lonoke won state in baseball. But yeah, beat Ashdown for the Class 4A state championships. Beat them 6-3. Ashdown like rallied too, like in the last inning. They made it interesting. But the pitcher for Lonoke, like I don't want to butcher his name, like Eves maybe Zach Eves, I think it is. Sorry, but yeah, he's a Razorback commit, so and a junior, and I think a lot of those kids are juniors. I
Dang.
touched up on that I think a little bit last week, but I think a lot of those kids are juniors, so could be
Yeah.
coming back next year.
Shame on PBS for screwing up that coverage of the state tournament games. They're supposed to be airing all of them on TV on PBS. And whenever I flipped it over there, hell, it was even on the guide. But what did I see? Elmo and some other puppet singing. So dang it,
We had
PBS.
yeah, we had it here in Central Arkansas, so I don't know
Up
why it
here,
wasn't showing up there.
yeah, up here in Bentonville, it was not showing. It was on the schedule, but yeah, they had it all kinds of jacked up.
Yeah, that's weird. Um, but yeah, that team could be back. So shout out Lonoke Jackrabbits. 29-2 on the season. And their head coach
Dang.
said in the post game interview, he was like, we felt we were the best. We thought we were the best team last year, and we didn't come away with it. But this year we did. So there's a good chance they could go back next year, man. That's gonna be a cool thing to kind of keep an eye on, from a distance. But yeah, again, congratulations, Lonoke Jackrabbits, Class 4A state champions baseball, second school history, first since 1969. So that's what's up there. All right, but and jumping to softball, Razorback softball season came to an end in the regional round. Lost to Oregon in the regional final there in Fayetteville. Got smoked by Oregon in both games.
Dang.
But to see Bogle packed and to see kind of just the fact that you're disappointed that they didn't get past the regional, I think just says where Arkansas softball is now under the GOAT, Courtney Deifel. So that team will rebound. She'll bring in some players and they'll be back in the mix next year. So congrats on a good season there for Arkansas. It wasn't an SEC championship, but hey, can't win them all. They'll be back at it next year. Okay, kind of end on this and boxing. Haven't covered any boxing, but big fight announced. Yeah, welterweight fight. Pound for pound king right now. Terrence Bud Crawford will take on Errol Spence Jr., another undefeated fighter. They agreed on a unification fight for the undisputed welterweight championship. That'll be July 29th. Of course, it'll be on pay-per-view. The most anticipated fight.
How much is that going to be? $100?
Probably, but it's the most anticipated fight since Mayweather Pacquiao in 2015. And I don't care what they do, it'll be a better fight than that was. But yeah, both undefeated fighters going to unify the welterweight belts. Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter, Errol Spence Jr., the number four in the ranking. So I don't know if I'll see it, but I'm going to be tempted to. But anyway, big fight announced. So it's been a long time since we've been hyped up over a boxing match.
Yeah.
I know Lomachenko fought over the weekend. Lost a close fight there, but it's been a while since we've been hyped up for a fight. So good for boxing, but yeah, we'll catch up on playoff basketball and be back with more stuff next week. But we're out of time, so we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Till then, Grandpal,
Brother Brown.
deuces, y'all.
See you.